Hey everybody, welcome to Vegans Talking Shit. I'm Joey.
I'm Jon.
I'm Vanessa.
And today we're going to have a special guest. I'm going to get his first name right. I'm going to probably massacre his last name. Denis Soukhanov. We'll get it right when he comes onto the stage. My last name is DiGirolamo, so I understand the the difficulties of having a last name with more than two syllables. But yeah, we're going to be discussing the complexities and challenges that come with being a vegan restaurant owner. And without further ado, let's bring on Denis. Add to stage.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hey, there he is.
Long
so first
time.
and foremost, how do you pronounce your last name?
I'm like Madonna, first name only, There we go.
We'll go with that. All right, Denis. Denis it is.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Well, we appreciate hearing from you. First, before we even start, can you tell us all about your history of veganism, how you went vegan, when you went vegan, and your road to being a vegan restaurant owner?
Sure. The story goes back 20 years ago. My mom got sick. We started frantically. I know story starts a little dark. My mom got sick. We frantically were looking for solutions, and as I discovered different nutritional solutions, when I go something deep and learn, I cannot not do it. So I wanted to try it out. We started alkaline diet, vegan diet, very quickly raw food diet, and I was a raw vegan for probably 14 years until pandemic or so. My mom passed away rather quickly, but my health journey started there. So it's kind of grateful for her that I was able to learn about, for myself and later for animals as well. Obviously, kicks in. It started as health, and later it came to animals as well. And then, I guess there's 7 years later after being vegan, we were naive. We didn't know any better. We opened a vegan restaurant.
So first of all, we should tell our listeners that Denis owns a restaurant in Dania Beach called Zen Mystery. I have mentioned the restaurant many times here in the podcast. It's my favorite hot chocolate ever. I love that hot chocolate.
Vegan hot chocolate's hard to find.
Very good in health. So yeah, from there we can keep talking about.
Thank you guys for the support. We've heard some of your, we don't only we promote you as well. We voted for the best podcast in the world, vegan podcast.
Thank you.
Yes, we did convince a few people. We need to do a little campaign. So we started Zen Mystery. Even though it's a vegan restaurant, we don't see ourselves just as a vegan restaurant, and maybe that's the story why we're still here. As trends come and go, Zen Mystery is a community space where people come hang out, all walks of life can come hang out. We have open mics. We have all kinds of events. From any eclectic events, spiritual events, vegan events. In fact, I think Vegan Social Club is coming up soon as well. So there's a dedicated vegan events as well. But kind of place people hang out, talk, meet friends. A lot of people meet friends there for life. People come and thank us about that. So it's kind of multi-use space, to be more technical, but it's more of a community space. We just indirectly try our food. It's really good. And then people, little by little, we introduce them to vegan food as well. But it's not like a sole focus. Even though a lot of our customers come just for vegan foods, dedicated customers like Vanessa for hot chocolate. But a lot of people just come.
I don't go there only for hot chocolate.
Yes,
but something
potato salad.
Something interesting that you said then is about the place. It's not only about the food. I never went there and I feel that someone is kicking me out. The most restaurants you go, you finish eat, someone is with the bill in your face, so get out of here, And there I go and I spend hours there. It's like a extension of a home, It's pretty cool to stay. You and your wife, you guys are amazing. Always we go and we spend hours talking. Even when you are not there, Denis, we spend hours talking with her.
Even better.
So it's a place you feel good to go. And the event is pretty nice too. One time we went and people were exchanging clothes. Did you remember that, John?
Yeah.
They were so happy with you.
Is that where you got me the Deadpool shirt?
Yes. Exactly.
That was awesome. It's literally, I wore it yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we do have people. We host all kind of even clothing exchanges. It's amazing. I mean, don't tell anybody. They're so excited to exchange clothes. I call them. They look like crackheads. I don't tell them. They don't. It's one of the most exciting events. People are so happy. It's the happiest event of all time. They come out with a smile on their face. They bring clothes. They take, leave clothes. We haven't had one in a while. It's time. I just reached out to somebody. It's time to do another one.
Well, please let us know. I want to bring some clothes next time, because the last time we just took few clothes. Didn't bring anything.
People bring so much clothes. That's okay. Nobody needs to bring more. It's a lot of clothes. There's like mountains of clothes.
Also, you guys have meditations too, no?
Oh yeah, every Wednesday, Zen meditations every Wednesday. I think they've been meeting there for 11 years already.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Open mic we just celebrated February 15th. I think it was 12-year anniversary to open mic. And Zen Mystery anniversary official grand opening was in summer solstice in 2013. So 13-year anniversary and end of June. So I've been there already for 13 years, painting, setting up. I think we opened in April, soft opening, and then in June was like official birthday. So
Dennis, I have a quick question. As all of us, I mean, the four of us are vegans, and you're a vegan restaurant owner. We're all in South Florida, and we've all seen these restaurants closing throughout South Florida, and it's not just here, right? Like in New York and LA, different parts of the United States, at least, vegan restaurants are closing. Do you think you've had the staying power for 12 or 13 years because you have more of a community space and it's not just vegan, because you have these meditations and clothing exchanges? And do you think that's why you've stayed and other people have closed?
It's happening internationally, just to tell you that. It's, I'm in contact with people all over the world. It's happening internationally. So one of the reasons things are closing, it's not just vegan. It's closing as, not to get too economical, because people do numbers here for a living. As countries printed more money, not just United States, everybody did, and people spend those money, everything became more expensive. Real estate became more expensive. Hello, we have friends. Everything became more expensive, including groceries, real estate, insurance. Rent went up, and if you see a place closing, it most likely their rent is for renewal, and they are in shock. So let's say if you rented the last 2 years, you don't know any difference, but if you rented more than the last 3-4 years, your rent might have doubled. If you rented 10 years ago, it must have quadrupled. So that's happening. That's a bigger picture. If you go to places on Lincoln Road, if you notice, there's no restaurants left anymore. There's a couple of Italian restaurants, there's shoe stores. The whole place is empty.
So
everybody got priced out.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that. I think I agree with you too. So you're saying that it's not just the vegan restaurants; it's all restaurants across the board, right?
And people are not. And now people are not. And I see just in Russia, where I'm from, what's happening. They think added 5% tax on small restaurants, small businesses, and that basically removes all the profits. So restaurants work on very small margins. So basically everything is closing. So as the economy tightens up, people spend less. Everything starts just close. People just can't make it. I have a friend who's a restaurateur and amazing chef. I gave him numbers that I saw for Lincoln Road, and he said, wait. He calculated. He said, he's like, so first $2,700 per day I got to give to landlord. $2,700 per day.
That's how much the rent is on Lincoln?
Yes.
So 2,700 times 30, It's a lot of money. That's 60,000. It's more than that. That's like 75,000 a month or
There
more.
we go.
or
So
80,000.
welcome, one of
Yeah.
the most expensive real estate in the country, probably. We're
Crazy.
talking Manhattan prices, probably.
That's insane.
Oh yeah.
And people are not going out as much. So then I come back to our space. So we always talk about the mystery is many places to many people. And just to remember, for most people that go to vegan restaurants are not vegan. 80% are non-vegan for all vegan restaurants. For us, it's probably
Really?
higher. I would say 90%.
That
Wow.
shocks me.
Yeah.
How do you get that figure?
That's like well, I can tell from my experience.
Yeah.
And then I've heard it from, I don't know anybody calculating, but that's what everybody shares among business owners.
Wow.
So people are liking something. And they come back. For us, they come back for the vibe, stay for the food.
Yeah.
Some people love the food. We are a health food restaurant. We are the only probably all organic restaurant. There's a few that mostly organic. And we highly recommend them, like Plantisserie, Christopher's Kitchen, places like that, that use probably mostly organic. When you're much bigger, we're like a drop in the sea compared to like a regular restaurant,
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that way when you work 80 hours a week, but it is true. So they can't probably be 100% organic because they have limitation. Like they need lemons. They got to have lemons,
Yeah.
Things they buy in bulk, that's not a big deal. But if they need a lemon, they got to run to get a lemon.
So how do you guys do it? How are you 100% organic and able to stay open when these other restaurants can't?
Well, so over the years, so we had to not hire staff. We used to have many people working for us. Now we have a couple of friends helping out a couple of times a week at most. We have a cleaning company that comes, that's always never left. We wouldn't survive with them. I don't know how to deep clean like that. We can't downsize that. The rest, we just have to do it ourselves. Lena now works full-time as Zen Mystery as well. She used to do more technology and training. She still does, but now full-time as well. So basically, if you're independently owned, we might be also one of the only independently owned restaurants. I don't know if it's a badge of honor or a curse, but you can make decisions. Most places might close because you don't know who really runs the show. They decided to cut losses and that's it. So, but that's just us and our credit cards. That's really it.
So being that your restaurant is more of a communal space rather than limited to being solely a restaurant, how did you get through COVID? Because that eliminates the whole communal space feeling that your restaurant thrives on.
Yeah, we shouldn't be there. So, and we were extra careful and we closed until September, I think. We did not close, but we did to-go orders, and I was depressed and, got some rough times.
Yeah.
We did to-go orders. Luckily on my other company, I had more work. I did a lot of technology work, and somehow whatever I made there, I paid rent. That we just got universe works mysterious ways. We just exactly, 2 + 2 = 4. It was all like I made here and I put it over there.
Yeah.
Then a year passes by. If you notice, a lot of industries got money. Neither us nor our staff really our employees. Cleaning staff are employees, but that's just a small amount. So those we weren't paying ourselves as employees because we weren't really making money anyways. Just trying to keep the place going. So those PPP loans weren't really for us. A year later, restaurants got together fighting to get some kind of help. So a year passes by, probably 70% of restaurants already closed. Finally, they are able to get some money to businesses. And they're like, guys, you're not giving enough. This is not going to be enough for anybody.
Yeah.
The money ran out in 2 days. Somehow our POS system, I had to only press button and it uploaded what I made right away. We got the losses covered for the year before. That helped us for the year. So I already was paying for that. That helped us stretch that for next year to get our back on our feet, take a break here and there to like recover from all the stress.
Yeah.
Usually we don't take that much time off, so we're able to take a little, a few days here, a few days there. So by some divine intervention, I was able to work, and then I was able to get that grant. And then we got a couple of small grants from the county. Those help us to get through the summer. But the bigger grant from the federal government, which I guess if we were taking the PPP loans, which is for employees, they were discounting that anyways. You go this minus that. So we would have gotten the same amount anyways.
Yeah.
But somehow all that stretched, and the minute we open, we have very loyal customers because people enjoy the space. It's a unique space. People like that we don't kick them out, and they like to enjoy the vibe. We have plenty of space. We set up a place usually in the beginning because we went to like a restaurant or like say yoga studio. You have an event, and they're like, you'll come out of a yoga class and you're like all relaxed, and they're like, chop chop, get out, run. The next guy's coming in, and you're like, wait, I'm not even I don't even know who I am yet. So we wanted a place where you can come out, hang out after an event, whatever that event is. We did try to be yoga studio in the beginning in the mornings as well. But we're not in the area where a lot of people do yoga, so we had to adapt many times over. Adapting was one of the running themes. You got to adapt, keep your spirit of the place, and adapt, and see who comes, things like that. You have to be extremely flexible.
Denis, did you become vegan in Russia or here?
No, here, and I think we became vegan together with my wife. I was like maybe 6 months ahead. I tell people a story that I remember. I'm like, I decided it's going to be December 2005. We went on vacation in North Carolina. I'm like, I'm going to go on a barbecue place for the last time. On the way out of North Carolina, I'm going to have the best time of my life, and this is going to be it. We stopped. I saw a lot of people in the place. We went in there. The place was not good. I don't remember anything about it. I remember like there's not a memorable experience. And that was the end of my non-vegan eating. December 2005.
Wow.
On the way out of somewhere.
Yeah.
Some kind of generic big barbecue place. And my wife, I think, was still trying to give up sushi for the next 6 months. So she was like 6 months behind.
Is your wife from Russia too?
My wife's from Colombia.
Oh, she's from Colombia. Okay. I'm curious what the vegan scene can't be very big in Russia, right?
Last time I've been there was 12 years ago, and they had, I think, a couple of restaurants. Pre-pandemic, the scene grew really big. Moscow, St. Petersburg have chains of restaurants, vegan dessert stands. Pandemic took care of all of that. So there's still places there, but as the whole industry changes, and we can talk about it, I've been warning about vegan industry collapsing for 10 years. I was saying the vegan industry went in two places like this. Vegan upscale food, which I call vegan cheap food made pretty. Not to pick on anybody in particular, but a couple of places, a big chain went bankrupt. They set up a nice places. They buy the cheapest food available. They hire amazing chef, make it look amazing, spend probably millions on decorations, probably buying buildings. But that's Wall Street money. They had literally Wall Street money because a hedge fund was funding that place. So
we all know the restaurant you're talking about. They bought cheap food, that restaurant?
Of course, Cisco truck pulls up to every single restaurant in the world. Not everybody goes buy stuff from Whole Foods, handpicks food like ourselves, or when we can buy stuff from local farms, locally organically grown. We're very passionate about organic. So how I see it is that it's not about me. I don't want to poison some kids in Brazil. Once you see kids working on farms and literally throwing pesticides on the fields with our bare hands, you can't even buy non-organic clothing. You're like, oh my God, I see a kid in Kazakhstan with a Coke bottle cut, and he has liquid pesticides, and he's spraying with his hand.
Yeah. So
after that, I was like trying to buy organic, at least as much like organic clothes I can, looking for deals everywhere, So it's guys who got same idea of being kind to animals, obviously kills all the animals everywhere as well.
Yeah.
Any industry any agriculture kill animals, but we don't have to kill them with chemicals as well, you know.
It's really interesting you say about the pesticides. Like 2 weeks ago, John and I, we went on a family trip in Brazil, in a place called Bonito. It's Mato Grosso do Sul is the state. It's one of the states that they raise a lot of cattle and crops. So 10 years ago, I went there, and it's still very pretty, many areas around there. But like 10 years ago was totally different when you see right now. Everywhere we drove was crops and cattle everywhere, like everywhere. Like they are protecting like the city. You cannot fish in that area. You cannot hunt and blah, 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 blah. But every single restaurant was offering local fish from other cities and crocodiles, stuff like that. And all that area is protected because they have springs, a lot of springs, but they are full of pesticides. Because you leave the place with the spring, you walk like 100 meters, and we're going to see a crop that is not organic.
Well, we live in a world, as of this week, we live in the world where glyphosate is a national defense issue.
Yeah, I just saw that it was approved to basically not be banned or something like that.
What's
like
happening is
Jr. kind of went against his own thinking.
The buyer bought Monsanto,
Yeah,
and they're getting sued for they're about to pay out $9 billion for cancer, for people getting cancer.
yeah.
So I'm guessing they see much more billions in a pipeline to be sued in the United States. That's probably what they're doing, protecting. We were in the last few years, I was very skeptical that we were coming in on a movement that was like, oh, we're going to make everything healthier. They got integrated into this current administration. We're going to make everything better. And within a year, the big agriculture and big pharma ate everybody alive, which a lot of people say was happening. What you can do in a year, you can do after that, it's all done. Which, here we go. A year passed, and Monsanto is a national treasure.
Yeah,
It's infuriating, man. I mean, the whole Monsanto thing, and this is common knowledge. I feel like the evils of Monsanto. It's for decades. Like it's not like it's buried information. It's very easy to find out this information, and the fact that they're being catered to.
I wouldn't disagree. They're catered to. I would say like this: they're on the way down, and they've been rescued because everybody knows. If they were that powerful, they wouldn't have need that law.
Right.
Now it means they're so weak that they need people are waking up that they're protecting them from going bankrupt, probably, because if they sue another 10 billion, how much money do they have? I mean, they have a lot of money, but 10 billion at a time, another 10 billion. I don't think they have that many billions.
So for myself and our listeners, Monsanto, what is that? I'm not sure.
Monsanto is got absorbed. They don't exist anymore. They got absorbed by a buyer. It was a German company, a big agricultural pharma company, one of the biggest companies in the world. If you want to go to rabbit hole, Google their history. I don't want to start,
Well, just Google Roundup. The
Roundup is the biggest name.
Yeah.
So they spray everything. Your neighbors are probably spraying weed killer. So you might want to ask your neighbors not to do it because it's blowing on your face somewhere.
Yeah.
And they've been sued so much that they got absorbed by Bayer. And now the Bayer is getting sued again. It looks like all over the world they're waking up. I think 9 billion is in Europe, not United States. But I'm guessing it's coming here as well. I think they lost $1 billion here years ago. So they're used on everything you eat is if you don't buy an organic, you're probably doing heavy pesticide loads, which is glyphosate is the biggest one. Roundup is the home use. Glyphosate is named for commercial use. I'm guessing, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you have all these numbers going up: cancer, Alzheimer's, autism. All these numbers are going up, and people are looking for all these potential reasons for it. But I would say that a big reason for that is Roundup, because you're having
the biggest one, probably one of the biggest ones.
Yeah,
it breaks brain barrier or whatever you call it. It goes into it's like I don't know if we have any people here who knows the medical term, but I think it breaks blood-brain barrier, something like that. It's even people that you don't expect. I forgot this lady, Republican lady, Bober, some of her name. All of a sudden, she's trying to be on both sides, and she's talking on Bill
Marjorie
Maher.
Taylor Greene.
She was on Bill Maher, huh?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Lauren Bober or Congressman
Lauren Bober.
She was on Bill Maher, and he is a big proponent of organic agriculture.
Yeah,
and he was pressing her, and she was actually trying to play both sides. It means they're getting pressured quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad because even when people, whether it's to decide to go vegan or even to simply eat healthier, they move and they'll eat vegetables instead of eating all these meat products. But these vegetables, they might have Roundup pesticides on them. If they're not eating organic, then yeah, they're consuming these pesticides, and it's some really, really poisonous shit.
And I think we start where I went that way. Let me bring you back, roll you back. So the vegan industry went two directions. Then I'll wrap it up. And one, a fancy food that's the same food on every. If you ever go to Restaurant Depot, which is not Cisco, but Restaurant Depot, and you see everybody has their shirts on with the name of restaurant, and you realize, oh, everybody's here. Yeah. Buying 5-gallon buckets of same stuff. Indian restaurant, Italian restaurant, everybody, and you see people taking a slab of meat and throwing without any plastic on the cart. It will gross you out. And then put it in their truck. I was like, I don't want to come back here ever again. I don't want to go here. I was looking for compostable cups. I'm like, there's nothing organic to buy there. I'm like, I don't want to go here again. It's like chaos. First of all, it's a chaos in there.
Yeah.
So everybody buys the same food. It's basically who can make the same food, everything's the same, and but you ate the same food in every restaurant in the world. The other direction vegan restaurant went is comfort food.
Yeah.
And I was telling people this two direction, it will be the end of vegan restaurant. And I guess I was like, man, I'm wrong. 10 years passed by. And then as trends moved on to carnivore diets, keto diets, and it goes in cycles, it looks like. Vegan diets is hot, then meat eats. So it looks like it's like a cycle again. I was talking to Lauren Lockman. He's a famous vegan fasting expert. And he was like, it's in cycles. Don't worry. There's going to be another vegan cycles coming eventually. Yeah. So I was warning people that people are going to eat this processed food and they're going to get sick and they're going to run away from vegan diet. And we're here now. And I'm like, I guess nobody listens to me for 10 years. We build in our own little community. People come from all over the world to us because we're so unique. If you want an organic food, there's nowhere else to go. And I'm one of those people. When I go somewhere, I'm looking for this kind of places.
Dennis, one of the trends we've noticed, and it's hard to really fault them and blame them. And we've seen a lot of vegan restaurants add meat to their menu in order to survive. Now, people need to make a living. So while it bothers me and I'm like, are you really for the animals? At the same time, I'm not a restaurant owner.
Are they the owners? Are they the owners of the restaurant? As I bring it back, are they the owners or they are the front man? You don't know who's behind the scenes.
I can. Speaking of one restaurant, I don't know if we should name the restaurant, Vanessa, but you know what I'm talking about, the one in Weston.
It's fine.
Okay, Origami, a restaurant we love. The restaurant owner is vegan, and she had tears in her eyes explaining why she had to add meat to her menu. And then I think of like 11 Madison in Manhattan. They added meat to the menu. I don't. No, it's fine. I don't know. Not being in that position, what it takes for someone to make that hard decision, or maybe for some it's not a hard decision, but. For you as a restaurant owner, if you were put in that position, what would you decide?
Never. Well, we live what it only would have happened if we changed, all of a sudden we changed our mind and you see me with a rifle here. I don't know what's here. It's my wife's setup. It will be a rifle here. And you're like, okay, he's a hunter now and he lives a different lifestyle. It'll be I'll be in Montana cabin somewhere fighting bears. I mean, it'd be a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? For me, this was also a spiritual decision. And I don't mean like a moral decision. For a lot of people that are meditate or do something spiritual, at some point you're doing your practices, and you're like, it's too heavy, it's too dense. You're absorbing somebody's life force. You're absorbing carcasses. It's just too much for your body.
That's very interesting you say that.
This is for me. It's like I don't want it, and I don't want violence in my body in any form. You know.
It's really interesting that you say that. I don't think that's brought up enough. There's so many people in the world that do yoga, that do meditation, and it does not even come into their head that right after that they're going to go eat a chicken sandwich. I did for a long time. I did transcendental meditation, TM, which I'm sure you've heard of, and you probably know a lot about it. But I was not vegan then. I never thought about being vegan. They never taught us when I'd go to the TM office, learning TM and doing the meditations. And it's so interesting how many millions of people there are doing yoga and meditation, but they're eating a life form throughout the day, many times in the day. And but now I look back at it, and it seems like kind of how you explained it, and you explained it better than I can, but it just seems like a contradiction to do those types of practices and then consume a life form right after.
For me, it was the opposite. I remember 20 years ago taking a yoga class as a credit at Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton. Took it as a credit. I'm like, I'm going to go learn yoga, take one credit. And I remember I'm a researcher. I'm like, I learned right away about nonviolence, ahimsa. It's like in your face. Like I want to learn about history. I go, I want to buy a cell phone. All of a sudden I need to know everything about cell phone. I can't help myself, wasting all this time learning about cell phones. So I'm like learning about yoga. We have to write a little paper. Then. So I did like pictures. It was cool. And so every time I would go to yoga class, one credit is probably once a week for 1 hour or less. I go across the street and I would I'm going to try once a week. I'm going to eat a vegan meal after yoga class. And I felt so good because you feel light and you go eat light. Well, vegan food since then, it doesn't necessarily mean light. You could have, back then I was eating Indian food. I'm like, I'll eat Indian, vegetarian or vegan food. And I'll feel, so that's how I started once a week to see how I feel. And I remember even before that, I like basketball. I'm like, Michael Jordan is vegetarian. And I'm thinking, there's no way. As I'm opening a can of cheapest tuna as a college student, putting mayo right in the can and mixing it in. I'm like, I don't think I can do this. And eating a slab of Velveeta cheese. That was my diet. I would buy Velveeta cheese blocks like this and a canned tuna, the cheapest, probably cholesterol there through the roof. I didn't even know that. And buy the cheapest tuna cans and survive it like that through college days.
I never heard that, by the way. Was Michael Jordan vegetarian at one point?
I don't know. He probably was for a week, but I heard it. It could be all fake, but I'm like, no, that's no way.
Because I grew up in Chicago, so I was a big Michael Jordan fan.
Me too. That's my hero since childhood. Yeah. So I'm still biggest fan. Yeah. I stopped watching basketball since he left, basically. Not maybe that close, but close enough.
Yeah.
I don't find basketball interesting after that, but
that was the heyday. That was the heyday for me as well. Yeah.
So the other thing I want to bring in that I joked for years, not to offend anybody, hopefully here, is that vegan community was one of the biggest proponents of pesticides and genetically modified foods. And we have groups meet because vegans, maybe not, people are educated, much more educated now. Not now, I'm talking about in the last 10 years. We also had a group meeting years ago, for many years, called GMO Free Florida. And they would talk about, and in the beginning they would meet after hours, and I would sit at the counter and listen to all the stories. And before they moved them to a separate room, I learned so much, blew my mind. I already knew about vegan, but I didn't know to extend the company will go to, and how much genetically modified and what the damages can happen to you. So vegan foods, when they went all comfort food, it's all GMO, soy and gluten. And one of the biggest producers I didn't realize is Argentina. Brazil are the biggest producers of soy in the world.
Wow.
So Argentina more than Brazil. Brazil supplies food for most of the world. I think Russia is one of the biggest Russian importers of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so far, but the amount of food that Brazil supplies to everybody is insane. Not just coffee.
Dennis,
Yeah,
when you say
that's
comfort food, do you mean junk food?
Yeah, so as a vegan industry went to, I remember a few years ago, I forgot the name of the restaurant. They went out of business. They like announced, we make $1 million in this one location. We opened 2 more locations. It was like McDonald's, vegan McDonald's, and I think they were in northern Dade County, and then they opened a couple of more, tried to open 2 more locations.
Was it Choices Cafe?
No, Choices were actually organic in the beginning.
Okay.
And I've known those guys from the beginning. Those guys tried to be organic and tried to open 5 locations. It's a very sad story because they had to close one by one.
Yeah, I remember
one location. And at the end, the food was amazing. They had all these different cuisines, and pizza was amazing. Buffalo pizza was amazing.
Yeah.
Southern food was amazing. No, it was not too long ago. It was they even won the best burger in the Seed Festival.
Crazy Vegan?
Huh?
Crazy Vegan?
Yes, probably something like that.
Yeah.
They announced we made $1 million, and they also won the best burger and seafood festival. And then I'm like, every year I wanted to submit our burger because we're very proud of it. I'm like, oh, we have no choice. People just put somebody else's patty, somebody else's bread, some sauce, put it, and they win, and we make everything from scratch. I'm like, I can't make 200 burgers and go there and somebody else wins. So I'm like, okay, I give up.
Yeah.
They didn't make anything. They just put it together. They don't make bread. They don't make.
Yeah.
But they announced that it's. I think it's Crazy Vegan. They made $1 million in that location.
Wow.
They must have caught the peak of fast food vegan industry. Remember Kevin Hart opened his own restaurant for a
Yes.
couple of years, and even with all his millions, he closed it within a couple of years.
What do you
But
think
these
of?
guys announced they made $1 million or something like that, and they're going to open. I'm like, first bad idea to announce how much money you made. Probably not.
Have you seen Mr. Charlie's in California? The one that's like a takeoff of. It looks just like McDonald's.
Oh, interesting. People are comparing the Crazy Vegan to McDonald's. I've never been there because I try to only support something healthier. I only eat healthy food. I know I don't look like it. I'm a little heavy, but but it's we try to eat organic. So I wouldn't eat that. I would. But that industry went that way, and I saw. I was shocked it lasted that long because people wouldn't feel good if they eat it more than like once a month, once a week at the most. It'll catch up with you eventually. As a health food person that's studying nutrition for a long time, it's going to catch up with you eventually. And I think that's why people are abandoned, because they feel better eating clean vegetables and some meat, because they feel better than eating fast food, vegan fast food. How many all those chicken wings, it's all straight up gluten, like almost 100% gluten.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I am very much a junk food vegan. And every year I tell myself, okay, I'm going to eat healthier. It's become a joke between the three of us. We have whole episodes where it's like, oh, I'm going to eat healthier. And it's like, oh, really? John will be like, what did you eat today? Oh, I had a Beyond Burger. So I am trying. Every year I try to eat healthier.
We're not guilting you here. I promise. We're not here.
No. I get it, and I know that it's the right thing to do.
I'm guilting him.
Vanessa does a great job.
Amazing. He looks amazing for eating junk food. I don't know how he does. Do you exercise a lot? What do you do?
Dude, I used to be this marathon runner, but my work schedule, and especially since leaving or going back to the office, has changed everything. So I'm probably not as thin as I used to be. But I do try to eat healthier, and then that dies a quick death. I don't know what to do about it. I wish that there were. The truth is, and you know this, you just spoke about it. Anytime you buy organic or anytime you try to eat healthier, you're going to have to spend more money. And I think that's part of the problem. I mean, I can't speak for everyone or everyone who's vegan, who's trying to eat more healthy foods, but I can tell you just in talking to my family, because I you know, on my birthday, I basically insist that we all go to a vegan restaurant, and they constantly tell me about the price difference. And I try to tell them that, you know, when you eat vegan, just inherently you're gonna, you know, the restaurant owner is typically going to try to make it a cleaner plate, and that's going to be more expensive. My brother has told me, like, just as simple, he would eat a vegan burger if it were cheaper. Like, it comes down simply to money.
I think
I don't know what to tell them.
I think I would disagree with that, because you go to McDonald's, I think it's $20 a meal. How do we get there? You can eat under $20 at Zen Mystery, I bet.
Yeah.
You can do something under 20. So I think it depends. I mean, I also, you don't know what you don't know. It depends where you go. Everything's so expensive now, everywhere. Yeah. So McDonald's is trying to roll back and try and introduce value meals again, because during pandemic, everybody went and eat there. Wealthy people were eating there. So they got greedy and they went to $20, $30 a meal. So I think food is not cheap anymore. I think everything got equalized. I think we live in a different world where vegan prices and non-vegan prices are the same now.
Yeah, you cannot even compare like organic beans with meat.
Yeah, and also, of course, we live. I went to. I'm not going to call names. Went to a tiny family-owned vegan place in, I guess, northern Dade County, and family-owned. I'm like, I want to support. I left feeling robbed, and I saw little kids there playing. I'm like, okay, I'm paying. It's for the kids. It's a little kids. There's a 2-year-old in there. But I felt robbed, and we were still hungry. And so we had to make a decision. How did we survive? Do more stuff ourselves, and constantly not raising prices to match the market. Not pricing people. I don't want to. You don't want to. That's another advice to anybody who's watching me. Clip it out to vegan or restaurant owners. Like, you don't want to be one and done. I call it one and done. I went there once. I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to support those kids, but I felt robbed. We actually had to cross a little further out and go to a sushi Thai restaurant, very budget, not far away, a budget place where you can get avocado rolls for $8, and they're ginormous.
Yeah.
I mean, feels like rice is probably not the best quality, but you're getting, so they also keeping certain prices low in certain restaurants to survive. And of course, restaurants got bad. If you've been there a long time, you went through financial crisis, pandemics, so you're already limping along. Like, I would recommend to business owners to not raise prices. Figure out how everybody's closing. Whoever stays behind, you can't call it winning. Because you're battered, you're like limping, you're going to be around.
Yeah.
So do not, everything double. You can't double prices. So some people out of town come, but locals will stop coming. It's,
right.
It's unfortunate.
There is a place around us that I like the food, but the portion is so small, and I'm always still hungry, and it's not cheap. It's like I feel robbed too. So I basically don't order from there because it's too expensive, and then you have to order 2 sandwiches instead of 1. I know they have quality, I know it's good, but it's just too expensive. So,
and you can't blame them, because you can't blame a restaurant owner. We had to work ourselves to death just to survive, but you can't blame them if they have a normal restaurant that runs 9 to 9. And they have so many. You don't realize how many people behind the scene. If you see a normal restaurant, it never closes.
Yeah, it's always
somebody's working there at any given moment, doing something. Like, I'll run you through like a little line. Like, so let's say chef comes in the morning, prep team prepped everything. Then chefs come in, they prep again. Then they serve. Then there's a break. Then they prep again. Then the night team comes in. Then they clean. Then the cleaning crew comes in through the night, and maybe there's 2-hour gap, and then the chefs roll in again. So there's amount of people that are working on probably slave wages is Probably slave immigrant labor runs the whole restaurant industry, unfortunately. Not to depress anybody. So I'll apologize.
So what are your thoughts on the future of vegan restaurants then? What do you think is going to happen?
I follow this lady. She's not vegan, and she kind of very inspiring restaurant owner. She went through some struggles through COVID, closed, open, and she says the future of restaurants is multi-use space. And I'm like, this is crazy. That's how we survived all this time.
Yeah,
you have to figure out how to be creative with the space and do other things in there. So you have to be creative. And her restaurant is called Barcelona Inspired. There's so many fresh flowers everywhere. I was like, inspired me to buy more flowers. It's expensive, but it made me want to have fresh flowers in the place every week. Kind of even lift the vibes a little more,
So I think you should have a knitting meeting in your.
You set it up. You bring friends. We'll make it happen.
I can try, but never nobody wants to learn my knitting.
We have music events. Like we had a songwriter series here for many years. So it's only original music. And people would come with 3-4 bands per night or do a musician. And they'll bring family and friends. And I see a couple ladies knitting in the back. Nodding or whatever, but they're like, I'm like, hey, you knit anywhere you
I did that in the Panthers game, probably in person, John.
Yeah.
I was knitting during the Panthers game. So I love knitting, and I don't find friends that want to really knit. Joy tried. I taught one a little bit, but
I did try.
I wish you could teach more
people. Just bring it everywhere and lead by example. That's like those ladies. I don't know if you know guys who is Ram Dass is, Richard Alpert, Ram Dass from the 60s. Be Here Now.
Yeah. I watched his documentary.
Yeah, so about documentary, he passed away since then. So there's a story about him in the back from 60s. He comes from India, having all this amazing experiences. He's telling on stage about all this high experiences he had. He also a pioneer in LSD. That's how he got kicked out from Harvard. He was a psychology department chair in Harvard. They did him and Timothy Leary acid for a month and took notes to write books, and they got all thrown out of Harvard. So that, plus they went to India, come back. He's telling stories, and there's a lady in a big crocheted hat in the front, and she's knitting, and she's kind of goes with him like, "Yeah, I get it. What are you saying?" And he's like, "What do you?" After that, he come, I want to talk to you. How do you know everything I'm talking about? And she leans in and says, "I crochet." You can have powerful experiences apparently knitting, and we didn't know about it. It's a real story. And I take it to heart. Like everybody has their own path,
Last week I went to change my car oil, so I took the dealership, and I was sitting there crocheting. So many people asking me what I was making.
I mean, it's probably a very relaxing, meditating experience. So I see. As a kid, I think they made us learn how to do it. For some reason, we had a part of our first or second grade. They were making us do it. I didn't retain any skills of knitting. I don't remember how to do it. They made us do it in Russia or Soviet Union back then.
That's pretty cool.
I know that John has to head out soon, so we should probably wrap it up.
Well, I have before one question. I think John can wait this. Why Zen Mystery?
Great name. I love the name.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
but we are curious about why.
As restaurant names go, that's definitely memorable.
Well, thank you guys. So we have this. It was 6. We're looking for a space. It took me 6 months. We're looking for spaces. I looked at every place. I'm like, if I'm going to look another square box in this plaza, I'm going to shoot myself. I don't want to open in a square box with fluorescent lighting. I don't want to do this. I quit. So we were looking for a space, and we went we stopped looking. And in my own neighborhood, I went shopping for paint to Sherwin-Williams. And I'm like, oh, this is an antique neighborhood still. Back then, there was more antique shops. Let's walk around, and I see a round door, old round door. And shutters are closed, and I'm looking through it, and in the back, there's another, you can kind of see, and it's like black ceilings because all the display stores, everything's black ceiling, gray floor. I'm like, wow, that's a unique space. Let's call them. So we call them. They get in, and we fall in love in 15 minutes. We get the lease. We wake up December 21st, 2012. You got anybody knows what that date is? December 21st, 2012.
I know it's the winter solstice. The winter solstice. That's about it.
It's the end of Mayan calendar. The world's supposed to end.
So that's right.
The myth goes, we woke up in the morning, the world was still there.
Yeah.
We signed the lease. We start working on it. I don't have the name. I'm painting the place. I'm buying all the decorations. We don't have the name. We need to apply for licenses. I don't have the name. I know it wants to be something Zen, something Japanese. We want to even decorate Japanese style, but I realized we don't have $1 million to buy stuff in Japan. They don't sell it. They don't sell Japanese things here on the affordable side. So everything became more Bali, Indonesia. They have a lot of import-export stores from Indonesia, India. All the decoration you see is more Southeast Asia. So I don't have the name. I'm going through a list of Zen terms, and it's all non-pronounceable, not cool. And I decided to grab a book, and I'm reading one of my favorite books called Zen Manifesto. And I'm scanning through it. I'm it says Zen is a mystery. I'm like, oh my God.
Nice.
I go to this website. I don't know if it exists. You plug the name and it checks all the services, what's available. Website, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything but YouTube. Somebody had Zen Mystery at Gmail already. So YouTube was taken.
Yeah.
So I'm in 5 minutes, I'm subscribing to every service known to men. We already have a company name. We have to change the company. We've had it, set up a year before to have something ready. So I think our electrical bill still runs on the old name because you have so much proof to submit to change names that let's leave it as is. So I think originally the name was supposed to be Enso Center, but it overused. That's Zen Circle, but it was so overused, and somebody wouldn't sell the website, and it's kind of boring anyway. So thank God it didn't work out. So Zen Mystery, that's the name. I was in panic trying to figure out the names, and it came by itself. Zen is a mystery.
Yeah, I love the name too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you, guys.
I wanted to get the word out. Zen Mystery. It's in Dania Beach, Florida, 56 North Federal Highway. Great restaurant, great communal location. It's a beautiful restaurant. Great organic food. Organic. Eat organic. Just go to zenmystery.com, at Zen Mystery, most of the social media handles. And yeah, Dennis, anything you'd like to say? Final words?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the support. And I know we don't have Beyond Burgers, but veggie burgers are some people. We have chefs that tell us vegan burgers are perfected. Black bean burgers have been perfected to, I don't know where else we can make it better. You should come try it out. We have new dishes. Let me just go a little infomercial. We just launched a new menu. I know we probably scared a bit Jesus of everybody.
I saw yesterday.
We had to, I had to post, say goodbye and put Zen Mystery on it. You have to, I hate doing that. You have to trick people, think you're closing for them to open anything. I got messages cursing me out. What are you doing to us? You gave us a heart attack. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to the old menu. Here's a new menu. Very professional. No more little printouts, COVID printouts. We added we added a few amazing dishes that you can actually sample as a group. I know Vanessa tried bento box. There's a bento trio. I think she gets it often, or a bento box, which is 5 items. But now we have bento grande. You try all the items on the menu. They're all the sides on the menu. It's the most popular dish for the last 2 weeks.
I always double size the potato salad.
Yeah. And then we have something called terabytes, which I want to rename. You can try all 3 patties. It's an appetizer. Buddha burger, lentil loaf, and the crab cakes for ultramarathon runners. They don't like vegetables. We have 3 patties. You eat it, you can go for a run right away. So, and then we have a few other things. A latte menu, hot chocolate is amazing. And everything is, of course, done organically. consciously and with a good, a good attitude, welcoming attitude. You'll be surprised how many people want a bland, non-welcoming environment. You come, hi, welcome to Zen Mystery, and they get like, hey. But most people, they become friends for life.
Yeah.
There's something special about the restaurant too. They have like a bunch of title cards. Every single time we go, we play and like make jokes. Virginia is a special one. She pretends she's really reading the tarot. Is the right
Tarot?
name?
Tarot cards and oracle cards.
It is so funny. It is so funny. Every single time it's like it's I kind of like believe it, but it's still like a pretty joke. Virginia reading that for us, look like that she's a professional, is all the time like a fun.
I think Virginia has been coming there from very early days. I think there's a picture of her by the window in the front, like probably 10 years ago somewhere. So she's probably one of the longer customers. I think the only time we lose customers if they stop being vegan, which happens. A little sad when you make friends and they disappear, and I think they just don't want to. They must have become carnivores, but because everybody eats vegetables once in a while, but or they move. So people go for 5-10 years and move. That's that's the only time people come. But we see people all the time from all over the world. It's like a one big happy family, small, but
Yeah. So for all you vegans, for the vegans that don't live in South Florida, if you're visiting, Fort Lauderdale or Miami, it's really not that far. I mean, from Fort Lauderdale airport, it's probably 10 minutes away.
It's a minute away.
Yeah.
It's
literally
the airport.
Wow. It's a minute away.
1
We
minute,
are 2
really?
minutes away, basically. 15 minutes away we are.
Yeah, so I know Fort Lauderdale feels like it's far, but it's literally on the other side of the airport, and we are literally less than a mile from the airport.
Wow.
So for you vegans
right down the
flying
street.
into Fort Lauderdale for your spring break, stop at Zen Mystery because it's right there.
Thank you so much, guys. Hopefully I wasn't boring. Appreciate it.
No,
No,
absolutely.
you're not. Thank you very
Come
much.
hang out. You don't have to eat. Come hang out. Come hang out. We just
I eat for them.
we love
I
people.
eat
I love
I
learning
eat
about
for
people.
Jon and
Come hang out. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I can eat for both, the
All right.
junky guys, I eat the health part.
You got to try our potato salad. The line for potato salad is there's life before our potato salad and life after our potato salad.
Yeah,
Once
the
you
potato
try it,
salad is
You will come
amazing.
we'll eat double potato salad, double sides of potato salad.
They
I'm
already
not
know,
pointing
guys.
fingers.
They already know. Every single time I'm there, it's double or triple.
And I think Virginia has her own same thing she eats every time. People eat the same thing over. They don't ever look the menu. They like it, and that's a repeat. Like, you guys have sushi rolls? I'm like, from the beginning, you order the same thing.
But that's everywhere, right? Like when you go to the restaurant that you like, you keep ordering the same thing.
I'm the same. I would go, we're not a place you go every day. You go for your favorites. It's not a diner where you go every day,
Yeah.
All right,
Last time I
everyone,
tried
so-
the crab. So last time I did. Yeah. Naomi convinced me to try the crab.
And I know you. I don't know. You guys go to a vegan social club. They're about to post the meetup. Sign up. Come, I think it's soon, a couple weeks.
Yeah. They asked me about Zen Mystery before. No, I think before they scheduled, they sent me a message because they saw a picture of myself with you guys, and they asked me because they never been. I think the organizer never been before the Zen Mystery, and she asked me if I like it, and well, I love it. I don't like it.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. I think multiple people reached out, and at the same time I reached out and asked.
What happened?
That's it. It's over.
No,
don't know
but
what
it was Bob.
Ron, what did you do?
I didn't touch it.
I think it's
was
1 hour
Bob.
mark.
Here was
Oh,
Bob. Sorry,
our
guys.
cat.
Oh, Bob.
Bob.
Bob did that.
He's like, you pay attention.
Before we go though, I want Dennis to plug plug the restaurant, but also plug everything on your social, how to follow Zen Mystery and all that.
Zen Mystery everywhere. We are mostly on Instagram, Facebook. We're on TikTok, not actively, just because I don't really care for TikTok. I try to post as much as I can. I just don't like the platform for some reason. But Instagram, Facebook, zenmystery.com, Google Zen Mystery. Since we're a physical location, will pop right up. We're the only Zen Mystery out there, so there's nothing Not unique in name, unique in in space. So there's nothing like that. So if you Google, we'll come right up.
Also, I want to remind all of our listeners and viewers to please vote for us. Go to vegnews.com. We will have a link in the comments, or I'm sorry, a link in the episode description. Vote for Vegans Talking Shit for best podcast. And yeah, I think we've covered everything. Anyone else have any last words?
It's the only vegan podcast I listen. After 20 years, I don't care about vegan podcasts. But yeah, I listen to you guys, and I'm looking forward always for non-vegan things you guys discuss. So
awesome. I appreciate
vegan, blah 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 blah. 20 years, I'm like vegan. I'm done. But I like vegan life in general, and I want to hear more stories, and that's why I look forward to.
Well, if it's about movies and comic books, I'm definitely gonna say so.
Movies, awesome movies. Especially look up Woody Harrelson eating vegan food in all the movies. He was super vegan. He's always eating vegan food. That's how he promotes veganism through the movies.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you so much. Take care. See you soon.
For Vegans Talking Shit, I'm Joey.
I'm Jon.
I'm Vanessa.
And
Dennis.
And we are out of here. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.